We are back on SpongeBob Tower Defense, and yesterday Zach posted a video saying that there was going to be a new SpongeBob, which is completely false. That's not actually true. Guys, if you didn't really watch the video, he was just messing around, but he did ask us to leave in the comments below what we wanted to see in the game, so I thought I would make a video of all the things that I wanted to see in the game, things I think they could change, things I think they could add, and just overall things I think will be better for the game. So I do have a bunch of things listed. It's going to be about 10 to 12 things, somewhere around there, maybe a little bit more. I might even think of some on the spot. If you guys can though, make sure you guys do go ahead and support a starfish in your shop. If you scroll all the way to the bottom of the shop, you will see support a starfish, and use code RDM for my code, or you can use code MEDI or BLAM. But if you add code RDM, you should be supporting a starfish right here. They might have reset the starfish code, so make sure you guys are supporting. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the first one. Now, my first thing that I want to see, I am going to mix in with 3 of the other things, or I guess 3 in total, because they are kind of like bug fixes slash slight changes. And that is going to be a simple QOL of, can we select our maps, please? We need to be able to select our challenge maps and raid maps. I know you guys want to see it. I know you guys want to be able to pick the map. I know you guys want to be able to stay on that map instead of having to wait like an hour for the rotation. Another time saver is the fusions. Please, can we get max fusing back? Can we please get it back to where when we would select a unit, we could just click select max, click confirm, and then it would have a max fuse button right here where we could just fuse everything much faster. It's gonna be a huge time saver. It was just such a better game when they had that. And the last for a slight fix is going to be a little bit of an update in the crafting recipes. Give us a new revamped crafting, give us an exotic to craft, give us a prismatic to craft, give us some new game passes to craft, just give us a bunch of different things that we could craft, on top of giving us a new map so that way we can have another crafting material. Now, for the next thing that I want to see in the game is I want to see them get rid of this quest tabs over here. I know they said they wanted to rework these and they wanted to change up all of them. They wanted to change the rewards in them, but I think it would be better if they just remove the quest tabs entirely, make this an achievements tab, and then put a daily quest board up right here. They could definitely move these buses over a little bit and throw up a big board right here for you guys to do daily quests, kind of like they have in Survive Bikini Bottom when you guys first enter. You can see it on the left, and there's a bunch of different things. You could probably get like a prismatic out of there. You could get some premium dice, just something that you can get currency-wise. I think it would be nice to see. I think it would bring a lot of attention. When you spawn into the game, you spawn up right here, and you would be staring immediately at the daily quest board. So I think if they put a daily quest board up right here, it would bring a little bit more incentive, and if they could actually see the rewards that they're getting. I think a lot of people play this game without realizing to actually click their quests, so I don't even do it sometimes. There's probably some quests that I have here to claim. Even achievements. Sometimes you'll have an achievement complete and it won't even pop up the red dot right here. So I think it would be way smarter to have daily quest boards. Now, we're just going to get it out of the way now. The next thing that I want to see in the game is PvP, you guys. We need it. We need PvP really bad in this game. It's starting to get really dull with just playing the same repeat and recycle. They need to add a PvP where we can actually try and strategize and try and use our units the best as possible. Now, they did say something about they're trying to lay the foundation for it, but they said this a year ago, so we gotta hope that they actually follow through with their promises. Because I think PvP would absolutely save this game, and it would absolutely change it up. We already have a large concurrent player count, and that is without PvP. Could you imagine it with? It would probably be a consistent like 20,000 players, at least. Which leads me into my next point. That could also bring some player counts up, and that is going to be bringing clans with the PvP or something along with it. I know that they just added them in FNTD2. Of course, I did make a video on that, and I think that the FNTD crew is really doing clans well right now, the way they have it set up, but they do not have to follow suit in the SpongeBob category. But I definitely think they need to have some type of clans, something where it's not macro heavy though. Could you imagine seeing like an RDM clan versus like Blox's Tides clan versus like the Medicine Edisons? I think it would be great for the game. I think it would be nice to see a bunch of different people trying to fight for that top leaderboard for their clan. And they can have clan specific rewards. They could have some crates that only come with being in a clan, so you have to join a clan in order to get certain units. They could do so many things with it. Now, this one was a friend suggestion and I completely agree with it, so I had to throw it in this video. That is going to be having a inventory showcase. So if I walk up to somebody and I could click on them or just walk next to them, and above their head it should show like their best pets that they want to showcase, like if they're a 5-star or not, or if they're superstar units. Maybe showcase a superstar prunes, maybe showcase a superstar sticky fins, just something along those lines. You could just showcase your 5 best things, and you can even go as far as showcasing your mounts, because as of right now you can only showcase 1 mount at a time. Even though this is a sick mount, could you imagine showcasing this one with the Glove World balloon? Just something along the lines of having an inventory above your head, or something where you can actually see it, maybe on the right. Maybe if there was a 5th tab up here that you click and it would pop up the lobby and you could see what everybody's got, so that way you could try and offer for them even in the main lobbies. Now the next 2 I'm also gonna bunch together. They did announce that they were going to be doing some massive changes. They said they were even going to do this placement cost update to where things are harder to place, things are more expensive to place, but I have to chime in on that part. I think that prismatic should cost like 30,000 to 50,000 gold to place. You should have to bring a money farm in order to place a prismatic, or you should just be in an endless where you actually have to have a starter. They need to really update it to where epics and rares are actually needed as starters now, or if they make secrets much cheaper but way worse, just something along those lines. Not everything has to be a kill fest where everything can just take out everything on the map, which also is the other part of it. And that is, I want to see a limit on prismatics. I want to see it kind of like FNTD with the heroes, where you can only place 1 hero, or you can only have 1 hero on your team. I want to see it where you can only have 2 prismatics on your team. I want to see it where you can only have like 3 exotics on your team max, where they actually limit you and you have to play some other things. It would bring a lot of variety to the game. It would make it to where people actually have to go back to their teams and check what they can run. Basically have a rogue mode without actually having to be in rogue for this. If you guys look at these rules, it says 1 exotic secret prismatic, 2 limited or mythics, and 3 of any other rarity. And they could easily do something like this where you can only have like 1 to 2 prismatics. Now I would like to see it 2 prismatics, but they could do it 3 prismatics, just something where they actually have a cap to it, and you can't just have 6 prismatic teams. Now this one's a little bit more fun, and that is going to be something kind of like the crafting. Maybe you could like walk up here, they remove these little fire things, and you could climb up here, and there would be like a little expedition thing, something where you can place the units that you don't really use and they just kind of sit in your inventory, and you can kind of send them out on adventures to get you resources like treasure chests, like green coins, like diamonds, like anything like that. They can make it a chance percentage, they can make things rarer than others, they could even maybe put a unit in there. Could you imagine if they added a unit to an expedition? That would be sick. I think it adds creativity. I think it gives use to units that you'll never use again, instead of feeling like you have to just trade them away to get anything out of it. Now this one's a little bit for me, but I think it would be fun, and that is if in the index collection, instead of just getting the regular rewards that we get here, if instead we had another one where for entire collection we could get 5% luck boost, 5% XP boost, 5% diamond boost, just things like that for like every 25 indexers or so, where we can just keep stacking up boost on boost on boost, so people actually have to index instead of just going for 1 reward. That would make it to where if you actually have an index collection of worth, you guys can actually go ahead and get a bunch of luck. It would make it easier to summon, it would be easier to open chests, you would get better luck at getting units, just things like that. I think it would be an interesting thing to see. I think they could do it in a lot of ways. They could even add a 0.5% challenge coin boost, raid boost. They could add a lot of boost to it. It wouldn't make it super overpowered, but it would make it enough for you to want to grind for the entire index. Now this next one is a friend suggestion as well, and I thought it was really cool, and I think it is gonna be one of the best suggestions here, and that is gonna be coaching units, or just commanders, if that makes sense. Basically we get like a little side pet here, or like a side unit, and it will boost whatever you have. So it could boost like the amount of green coins you get per run, it could increase the amount of diamonds you get, it could even increase SPA while you're in the run, it could increase range, maybe even damage boost, it could increase challenge coins. It just basically the same thing as the index, but instead you have it as a unit, and you could select whatever unit you want as your little commander slash side coach. I think it would be interesting to see. I think they could make a lot of fun out of it. I think we could have some insane teams with it, or we could just simply have way better grinding methods. And last but not least, probably the one that you guys have all been asking for the most, and I think that it is more than valid as a suggestion, and that is going to be Sandbox mode, where you guys can use any units you like. Maybe just hop over into the index collection and just select on the unit and play test. And basically you could select whatever map, you could send out whatever units you want, you could send out whatever enemies you want to be coming, you could pick however much health you have on your base, you could do anything like that. Basically just a sandbox mode for you guys to do whatever you want, and for it to not affect the game or your rewards. It definitely couldn't affect rewards. I'd have to say that they could not add rewards to that thing, because then people would just be using any unit, anyone can get it. I mean, maybe a little bit of fun, but not anything too rare. Let me know what you guys think though. I thought this was a pretty solid list. I think that they could add a lot of these things. If I'm not mistaken, the last video I did, they ended up adding like 4 of the 10 things that I had said. So I did just skim through my video really quick, and like 4 of the 10 things that I suggested did end up getting added. The 10-star, aka Superstar, the shiny Wumbo potions, as well as the game mode rebalancing that it needed to be harder, and the pet and mount index with rewards being of the mount and pet. I always wanted it to be a mount reward instead of a unit reward, and that also happened. So 4 of like the 10 things that I suggested did end up getting added or changed, so hopefully this could happen again. It seems like they might actually listen to their community, so I feel like I need to be the voice for the people. Yes, Gen 2ers of Krabby Crew, I didn't forget about you. Yes, we need racing mode in the game, guys. Racing mode, please. But all jokes aside, that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like down below, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to turn on those post notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos or updates. And until next time, I'll see you guys. Peace.